Choi. She is going to speak about 5 love languages. Let's give a nice round of applause for Choi.
Oh,
You can hold it or
okay.
whichever.
So, good afternoon, everybody. I'm a guest speaker. I came to congratulate this festival. I came from Canada, like Joel. He is one of my congregation. So today, I'm going to talk about 5 love languages. A couple of years ago, okay, so what is the next? Okay, yep. Couple of years ago, I went to a medical checkup, and I had to be put under anesthesia, to have an endoscopy. And then that time, I had a certain anxiety, and thinking that this could be my last moment of my life, and that meant that I wasn't ready to die. So I have to think about why I wasn't ready. Because I've been talking about heaven and death and all the eternal life, all my life. And then for myself, I wasn't ready to go. So I thought about what does it mean that to live well? And it means for me, all of my concern was how to achieve my goal, my purpose in life. And so my concern is the self-accomplishment. And then that moment, all the work that I did and help and services doesn't matter, because I haven't loved well those people that are around me. So for me to live well is to love well. I realize that truth. And then also I can confess that we hurt the worst. People the worst that whom we love the most. That means that those who are around me, close to me, that I couldn't love them much. So, and what is love then? And love is, we can love only as much as we know. And if we don't know the person and what love is, then we cannot love well. So love is not blind. And love is we are taught to love with insight. That we need to know. We need to know, and we need to have depth of knowledge and also understanding. And what kind of understanding? It means that what we are going into when we start a relationship. And we need to know about ourselves. What is my weaknesses? And what is my vulnerability that could be, be hurt? So my weaknesses and depravity, that those parts that we are deprived of love or deprived of appreciation or recognition, and those areas that we will seek more, and we will be hungry. So in those areas, there is very soft spot that people can attack us. So, okay. And the love language is not written by me. It is written by Gary Chapman, who is a psychologist. And he says, inside of every child, there is an emotional tank waiting to be filled with love. And it is quoted by Dr. Ross Campbell. The emotional need for love is not simply a childhood phenomenon. Everybody, every people, every human being needs to be loved. And when we are not filled with the love, we are seeking partners and people, lovers, and so we fell in love. And then those experience of quick love experience, in love experience is a kind of quick love. It's not real and in-depth, based on knowledge and understanding and love experience. So when those love experience it has a limited and predictable lifespan. That's why so many people fell in love and got married, but after 2 or 3 years or 5 years later, many couples experience conflict and their loves evaporate all of a sudden. They feel like they are cheated or they are lied, or all those confusions started. So, and I want to ask today that how full is your love emotional tank right now? How much do you feel loved? So today you will know about love languages. And it's not, today is speaking about learning about languages, but I'm going to talk about love languages. It's almost same, kind of similar. How many languages can you speak? In this global society, speaking many languages is the key to your success, right? So, but it is the same with love also. And people love and feel loved in many different ways, like languages. We love in our own ways. People cannot understand my own ways of love languages. So people may have different love languages. And if you don't know their love languages, you cannot communicate your love and intention to them. So today there are 5 love languages. You may find your own primary or secondary and your love languages, and you may also understand other people's love languages. Okay? And the first love language is words of affirmation. And it means that those who feel loved by words or affirmation, words is very important to them. So the power of word, if you say that I love you or I thank you so much, you mean so much to me, those words is really powerful to them. It will touch their core. So they are very careful about using words. Sometimes they don't speak negative or direct and straight expression. So they all the time be careful of choosing languages. So in many cases they endure. They do not express their own emotion. So those people usually making a lot of jokes to make people happy and to make places really enjoyable. And because they care about words and other people's feelings through words, and in many cases, they are the one who suffers the most because they don't express their own needs that much. And so if you meet that kind of person, that words are very important, you have to be very wise in choosing your own words to them. So the affirmation and expression of gratitude and encouraging words is very important. And also kind words and humble words, not demanding. Maybe if you're just a student or children or to your parents, the parents usually say and order and demand, not request, not ask. Then you feel like pushed by them, and you feel resent inside. But if they ask you and ask your opinion and your option, then you will be really be honored and respected. Okay. And second language is quality time, having quality time. Quality time means giving someone undivided attention. And it does not mean that you spend time together or stay in the same places like this. If you don't have a sympathetic conversation and listening to them, first one, word of affirmation is what you say is important, but this one, quality time, is what you hear is important. You give them a space, give them a time to speak, and you are willing to listen to them. And giving your undivided attention to them is very important. So, when you do that, you also, the eye contact and listening to feelings and observe their body languages without interruption. When people care about quality time and you are interrupting about their conversation, then it interpreted as a very rude attitude. But we, most often time, we want to, those are very extrovert, those are very outgoing person, they cannot hear, they cannot listen to other people. So they interrupt every 17 seconds. When they hear other people say, after 17 seconds, they cannot, listen more, so they interrupt their other people's speech. So, and then you cannot connect to those kind of people. So we need to learn about how to listen. Okay. If we meet with maybe other types of person, then we need to adjust our personality. It is a hard work. And give the other time to speak and do not try to fix the problems shared. Because most of the time, men or husband and wife, in case, the husband, when they hear the problem and talking, they want to fix. They are fixer, they are saver or solving problem is their main goal. So when wife or girls and girlfriends speaks their problems, emotion, they say, oh, I gotta fix this problem. So they give an answer and advice right away. But the ladies or women and other people feel like, very not respected. They're not listening what I want to say. So giving them time is more important than fixing the problem. Okay? Mm-hmm. And then quality time, quality activity means that you go or share the others' hobbies or play leisure time together. It means that you don't want to go to the movie theater or a concert, but you go because the other person wants. And the other person knows that why you are going, in spite of you don't like that. Okay? So, and the third one is receiving gifts. Receiving gifts. And gifts is a visual symbol of your outward love. And that's why wedding rings and other kinds of things is a symbol of your emotional and spiritual bond. Gift giving, gift receiving is the easiest love language that you can learn. But many people sometimes miss this easiest opportunity to show your love to other person. Okay, so do not wait for a special occasion. And how do you know that the other person's love language is receiving gifts? Okay, you can see that if you give someone that kind of gifts, and then they express a lot of joy, gratitude, I like this, and thank you so much, then you know that right away that the other person's love language is receiving gift. And then, but if you give them something, but they don't show any gratitude and just 시큰둥해, then their love language is not receiving gift. And very critical about your gift, then that's not. But because, even though their love language is not receiving gift, do not stop giving them present, okay? So you can find their what they want. So find other ways to things that they would like to receive, okay? And it's for the parents. The parents, when they can spend quality time with their children, they oftentimes they prefer to give them expensive gifts. But it's more important that what you do with that gift than what you give. Okay. Know your appropriate limit, and also do not be materialistic. Okay, and girls and ladies, I came from Canada. I left this country maybe around 27 years ago, and this school, this is Seongyun University. my brother, first brother, graduated, and also many my relatives had graduated from this university, and also I had worked as a campus crusade evangelist in this campus for a year. It's a long time ago, and this is my favorite street. But I visited here after 27 years that I've been away, and so, but be careful about your gullible tendency toward people and present, because nowadays we really become materialistic. So you can be manipulated and deceived by the gifts rather than the person. So how do you know about the other person's hearts whether they really love you or not? In order to know their hearts, the Bible says, where your money is your heart. So you can see their heart where they spend their money the most, and then their hearts are there. Think about your own self, okay? Yourself. How do you spend your money? And you spend your money what you want to do, what you like the most, okay? So giving gift is very important, and it's really big message and easiest message that you can deliver. So the first I don't know the time, so just give me a signal, man. Okay. So the first language is acts of service. Jesus' example is serve one another in love. Jesus is the master, yet he served and he cleansed the disciples' feet. So, and then he asked us to serve in others. So serving others is not what you have to do, but if you do to those whose primary love language is an act of service, your service will be interpreted as an expression of love. And the other way around, if you do not serve, if you do not help or participate in chore and helping, then those person would be really understand or thinking that you don't care, you don't love them. Okay. So when you are married, before you are married, every girl said, "I want to marry the tall, handsome guy." But as soon as you're married, after got married, then helping you and sharing the chores and housework is more important. Would be more attractive than height and six pack. Okay, so be aware of that. Okay, do not spend your time on building your muscle, but cleaning the floor is going to help your love life. Okay. Physical touch is the last love language. Okay, skinship. So many men will think, "Oh, my love language is definitely skinship." Okay, but physical touch can make or break your relationship, because it can communicate love or hate. And so many may probably, the slap or a tender hug, shaking hands, and withdrawing of physical touch also sends a very strong message. And also the touch that bring pleasure to you does not necessarily bring the same effect to the others. Okay, and we hug one another in a time of crisis, and hugging, and babies when they were born, hugging and kissing is all their love language that parents show them. So it is a very basic love languages. Many people have experienced but unpleasant, painful touch, which need healing. It means that maybe many girls, and maybe 3 among 5, or it could be more or it could be less, according to the country and society, and they experience sexual or physical abuse. So when it could be serious or it could be just minor, a little unpleasant touch, but it is so strong, very powerful, very painful. So they had a very bad or painful memory in their body. So when they experience a physical touch, intimacy, it becomes very difficult to do that. So distorted sex life, it means that nowadays, before in old times, we think that this very old age or traditional thinking that sex is within the marriage. And they think the Westerner especially, we saw only most of the Westerners' life is movie and Hollywood things, and they think that sex is everywhere and anytime, but it's not true. So many people experience a bad experience about sex life because their body and their intimacy was violated in a wrong way, in not appropriate way, when they were not prepared and not learned yet. And so they just give their bodies and they think this is the love. But after you experience the inappropriate sex with other people that you cannot actually go along, then your heart will be broken and your body will remember that really painful experience. And after you meet really your loved one and then you marry and your marriage life, you cannot give yourself to pure and hurt your precious body to the one that who deserve. So be careful. We need to learn that how to protect our body. Our body is precious gift to us and to others. So, yeah, this distorted sex life is sex is everywhere before marriage, and after marriage, there's no sex life. That's the today's distorted life, and it is a very serious matter. I cannot go on this subject, and you need to come to me for counseling if you need more. Okay? So, how is the time?
We have 4 seconds.
4 seconds, okay. So I cannot go on about marriage, and if you need more counseling, come to me or call to me. So, what is your love languages out of 5? You may have 1 or 2, but you will have your, just like your original language is Korean and then English is second language, and people have their primary love languages. If you know your own language and if you know your partner's primary love languages, and if you give that primary love language to that person, and it will work. So if you want to have a successful relationship in your love life and in your future marriage, then you need to know, okay, your love language and the others. Thank you.